Welcome back. We're working with linear equations in standard form, and in this section we're going to learn how to find the slope and the y-intercept of a linear equation that's given in standard form. So we need a quick way to do this. So let's say, what is the standard form of a linear equation? It's ax plus by equals c. Okay. We don't know yet how to find the slope and the y-intercept given the standard form. But what we do know how to find the slope and the y-intercept of is the slope-intercept form. So what we can simply do is solve the standard form equation for y. Or in other words, just converting it into standard form. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and subtract ax from both sides. We're solving for y. So these two terms cancel, leaving us by equals minus ax plus c. Now let's go ahead and divide both sides by b, which means we divide each term by b. These two terms cancel, leaving us y equals minus a over b times x plus c over b. Okay, now our equation is successfully converted into slope-intercept form, and we know that when we have an equation in slope-intercept form, that this is the slope and this is the y-intercept. So instead of converting each standard form equation into slope-intercept form, we can identify the slope and the y-intercept of our standard form equation by using these pieces of information. So we have the slope, we can say, equals minus a over b, and that our y-intercept of our standard form equation equals c over b. So we can take a standard form equation and pick these two pieces of information out. And let's go ahead and do a few examples of that. Let's say we have the equation in standard form 4x plus 7y equals 2. Okay, well, we saw up here that our slope is minus a over b and our y-intercept is c over b. So our slope is going to be, well, this is our a term, this is our b term, and this is our c term. So we can say that our slope m equals minus a, which is 4, divided by b, which is 7. So our slope is a minus 4 over 7. See how we did that? So now let's go ahead and find our y-intercept. Well, we know that when we have an equation in standard form, that our y-intercept is going to be c divided by b. Well, here's our c. So we have 2 divided by b, which is 7. And that's our answer. That's our slope and our y-intercept, finding it from a standard form equation. Notice we didn't do anything magical up here. We just used the simple algebra to convert our standard form equation into slope-intercept form. So we can see that we can pick a few pieces of information out of our standard form equation. Let's do a few more examples. Let's say we have the equation x plus 3y equals minus 4. We want to know the slope and the y-intercept. The slope is going to be minus a over b. Here we have a coefficient of 1 in front of the x, so it's going to be 1, a minus 1 over b, which is 3. Don't forget the minus sign for the slope. So minus 1/3 is our slope. And we want to find the y-intercept as well. Very important to know. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. Notice we can actually plug in 0 as a value of x and just solve for y, because the y-intercept is when the value of x is 0. But let's use this shortcut. We have c over b. So c is minus 4, and b is 3. And that's all there is to it. Okay? Pretty straightforward now that we know how to pick out the pieces of information that we need. Let's look at the equation 5x minus 3y equals 1/2. Okay, let's go ahead and find our slope. Our slope is minus a over b, so we have a minus 5 divided by, b is a minus 3 here. It takes on the operator, so minus 5 over minus 3. If we cancel the negative signs, our slope is 5 over 3. Okay, let's be careful with our signs. Our y-intercept is going to be c over b, so c is 1/2 divided by b is -3, so we have a -3, excuse me. And let's go ahead and convert this into a fraction. We know how to divide by fractions. We rewrite the first, and we don't ask why, but we flip the second and multiply. So we're going to be multiplying by a -1/3. And which in turn gives us a -1/6. And that's our y-intercept. So 5/3 is our slope, -1/6 is our y-intercept. We should be pretty familiar dealing with fractions by now. All right, no problem. Let's take a look. Standard form equation, 2x plus y equals 7. Our slope is going to be -a divided by b. There's a coefficient of 1 here in front of the y, so our slope is a -2/1, or just -2. Okay, let's find our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is c over b, so we have 7 divided by b, which is 1. Our y-intercept is just 7. All right, pretty straightforward. We got time for one more. Let's do a couple more. Let's say we have 3x minus 2y equals 3/4. Well, notice we're going to be dealing with fractions in this one again. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, we have slope is a -a, which is -3, over b, which is a -2. Negative signs cancel. Our slope will be a 3/2, a positive 3/2. Our y-intercept is c over b. C is 3/4, or 3/4, and b is -2. Let's go ahead and write it -2/1. Rewrite the first. We don't ask why, but we flip the second and multiply. So we're going to be multiplying by a -1/2. It's a multiplication sign. Okay, sorry, a little messy. -3/8, and that's our y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis. Let's go ahead and do one more. Let's take a look at what we have. Let's say we have a fraction for our coefficient of x. We have 5/4x, 5/4x plus 5y equals a -0.25. Okay, we have a decimal here. We also have a fraction on the other side, so it's your choice. I prefer fractions, so let's go ahead and convert this into a fraction before moving on. We have a 5/4x plus 5y equals a -1/4. 1/4 is the same as 0.25. So let's go ahead and find our slope and our y-intercept. Our slope is -a, which is 5/4, divided by b, which is 5. Let's go ahead and write this as 5/1. So we rewrite the first fraction. We flip the second and multiply, which is 1/5. And this gives us a -5 divided by 20, or just a slope of -1/4. Okay, very straightforward and simple. Let's go ahead and find our y-intercept. Our y-intercept, and that's going to be c, which is a -1/4, divided by b, which is 5. Let's go ahead and write that as 5/1. I'm sorry, we're running out of room here. A -1/4 times the reciprocal, which is 5/1. And that gives us a -5/4. And that's all there is to it. So we're taking the slope-intercept form of a linear equation, and we saw that when we solve for y, when we convert it to slope-intercept form, that we can pick out a few pieces of information that are very useful, and that's the slope and the y-intercept. So when we have it in standard form, we can eyeball it and say that our slope is -a/b, and our y-intercept is c/b. We don't have to convert it in the slope-intercept form every time just to find our slope and our y-intercept. We can actually just use this generalized formula and and point these two out once we have our standard or our equation in standard form. So go over this a few times, and in the next section we'll actually be taking the graph of a line in standard form and writing it in standard form, or the graph of a line and just writing it out in standard form. So I'll see you soon.